are going to discuss about chapter number 7, that is wave optics. So before to start this chapter, we have to understand about what is wave and what is the meaning of optics. Wave is nothing but a disturbance that travels through a medium without transporting matter. We know that matter is nothing but a physical substance. So wave, whenever you consider the term wave, the wave is nothing but a disturbance only. And we know in earlier standards we discussed about the term optics. Optics is nothing but the study of optical phenomena under the assumptions that it travels in a straight line is called optics. That means when we consider the light, the propagation of light in a straight line, then this straight line we are considered in terms of ray, and the study of this ray in terms of optical phenomena we are considered the term optics. And the branch of optics, in optics we have to learn about the term reflection, refraction and so on. So the branch of optics which uses wave nature of light to explain the optical phenomena is called wave optics. So the term wave optics is represented as the optical phenomena of wave nature of light. So before to start this chapter, we have to learn about some important point. In earlier standards, we already discussed about what is the term reflection is represent and what is the term refraction is represent. So reflection is nothing but when light bounces off an object. So what is the meaning of bounces off? So that means suppose if you consider this is one of the surface, and if you throw a ball on that surface, so that ball is bounces off. Bounces off means what? It comes back to their original position. So that term we are represent in terms of bounces off. So when light bounces off an object, the term we are represent in terms of reflection. So the examples are sound and water waves. So if you consider, there are two types of reflection we have to discuss in this term. First one is called plane reflection or mirror reflection, and second one is called irregular reflection or diffuse reflection. So mirror reflection means what? Suppose if you consider this is plane surface, look at here. Suppose if you consider this is one of the plane surface, that surface we are represent in terms of mirror or in terms of smooth surface. So when light is incident on that surface, suppose when light is incident on surface, it reflects back on the same surface. It reflects back on the same surface. So that is called incidence and that is called reflection. So that angle is represent angle of reflection and that angle is represent angle of incidence. So what is angle of incidence and angle of reflection? When light falls on this plane surface, falls on this mirror and smooth surface, it reflects back on the same plane, then we are considered in terms of incident angle. And second one, suppose if you consider irregular reflection. Irregular means what? Suppose if you consider rough surface like this way, and when light is falls on this type of surface, suppose light is falls on this type of surface, it reflects back on the same surface but in different angle. But when you consider smooth surface, it reflects back on a same angle. That means what? Incident angle is parallel to the reflected angle. That means what? In this case, angle of I is equal to angle of R. But in terms of this rough surface, we can say that angle of I is not equal to angle of R. So this type of reflection, that is image B, is represent irregular reflection and image A is represent regular reflection. So now next point to be we consider what is the laws of reflection. So first law is represent the incident ray, that is I. Second one, reflected ray, that is R, and the normal to the boundary surface are in the same plane. So what the term normal is represent? Normal means what? Whenever we are consider, again I am drawing one diagram which shows the term normal. Whenever we consider this is smooth surface, and when light falls on that surface, जब भी कोई light उस पे falls होती है, so when that light touch to that surface, boundary surface पे जब वो light touch करेंगी, at this point when you draw a perpendicular line, so that perpendicular line we are represent in terms of normal. We are considered in terms of boundary surface. So the incident ray, that is I, the reflected ray, that is R, and the normal, that is N, to the boundary surface. This is called what? Boundary surface. And boundary surface are in the same plane. And because of that, when second law is represent angle of I is equal to angle of R. So this is called laws of reflection in optics. So now next topic we have to consider the term refraction. Refraction is what? Refraction is nothing but the opposite term of the reflection. Refraction is the bending of light as it passes from one transparent medium to another transparent medium. Now in terms of refraction we have to consider two types of medium. Either one should be air and second one should be denser, or either one should be rarer, second one should be denser medium. So when we consider second point, that is in terms of refraction, if you have considered two media, or if you have considered two medium, suppose this is your medium 1 and second one this is your medium 2, and when the light is transferred from medium 1 to medium 2, then this angle is represented in terms of angle of incidence, and this angle is represent angle of refraction. And where we have to draw a normal line. Normal line is nothing but a perpendicular line when incident light is falls on the boundary surface. So that angle is represent, this angle is represent what? Angle of refraction. So refraction is the bending of light passes from one transparent medium to another medium. It takes place through prism and curved surfaces of lenses. We know that there are two types of lenses, concave and convex, and we are consider prism. Prism, we know that when white light is passing through the prism, we know this is your prism. Suppose ABC is the base, and when the white light is passing through this prism, it reflect back in terms of 7 color, which is nothing but Vibgyor. So that Vibgyor is nothing but what? Wavelength of violet light is less and wavelength of red light is more. So that is nothing but what? Different angle, which is represent the term is what? Refraction. And when we consider in terms of curved surface, like this one, curved surface, suppose this is concave and this is convex, and when light falls on the concave, then it's reflect. When light falls on the concave lenses in terms of what? Refractive. And curved surfaces of lenses, then it refracted from different angles. Some light is reflect back to the their original point, which is called focal point, and some light is refracted in another medium. So in terms of prism and in terms of curved surface of lenses, refraction takes place. Now next one, what is the laws of reflection? Laws of reflection. First law is same as reflection, only we are consider there are two types of medium, medium 1 and medium 2. So to explain the term medium 1 and medium 2, we are consider one of the example. Suppose if we consider medium 1 is air medium, example if we are taking, suppose if you are consider medium 1 is air, and second one we are consider medium 2 is water, then what will happen? Suppose if we consider this is boundary surface, look at here. If you consider this is boundary surface, this is your air medium and this is your water medium, then what will happen? Suppose light falls on air medium and this is your normal drawn to the boundary surface. When light is when light is travel from air medium through water medium, it bends towards to the normal. It bends towards to the normal, that is angle of R, and this light is bent towards to the normal. Why? Because the speed of light is greater. The speed of light in air is greater than the speed of light in water. That means, suppose if you consider in terms of air, the speed of light is greater than in terms of water. But why this is happened? Because in water there are intermolecular forces are present, which force that light. There are intermolecular forces are present in water, and because of that one, the light is slow down. The speed of light is what? Slow down. But in another case, suppose if we consider water into air, suppose if light is travels water into air, then what will happen? Suppose this is your boundary surface, there are two media and this is your normal line when we draw, and when light is travels through water, this is your water, incident water into air, then what? The light is speeds up. The light is what? Speeds up, and the angle of refraction is greater than, and the angle of refraction is greater, and we can say that the light is speeds up. Light is speeds up. So in refraction, we have considered first law, that is same as reflection, only we have considered or only we have changes the medium. And the second law, we are represent the angle of incidence and the angle of refraction related by n1 sin I, which is equal to n2 sin R. What is n1 and n2? n1 and n2 are called refractive indices of the medium, absolute refractive indices of the medium. What is absolute refractive indices? It's nothing but ratio of speed of light in vacuum, that is n is equal to ratio of speed of light in vacuum, that is C upon ratio of speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in medium. So n is equal to C upon V. So that n is called absolute refractive index, which is different for different media. In terms of air, the value of n1 is different. In terms of water, the value of n2 is different. And second thing is that when we consider in terms of air, the speed of light is given by 300 into 10 raised to 6 meter per second, and in terms of water, in terms of water, it gives water into air, it gives in terms of water, which is given by 226 into 10 raised to 6 meter per second. So now in this lecture we will discuss the introductory part of this chapter, that is reflection and diffraction. In the next video we will discuss about what is the nature of light and their important points.